Welcome back to Upland, Indiana. We apologize for any technical difficulties. We are back in action for the second half. We don't anticipate those will be an issue anymore, so we appreciate you joining us out here. So far, so good on the field. It is 14-0 St. Francis. The defense certainly doing their job on their side of the football. When you take a look at the Taylor offensive numbers, Dave, not a lot to talk about. 28 rushing yards, just 6 yards receiving, 34 total yards of offense on 23 plays for Taylor. So the St. Francis defense is certainly getting the job done on their side, or the St. Francis defense getting the job done on their side of the ball.
Yeah, this is a team that came in averaging 333 yards of offense a game against, again, you said, two NCAA Division I programs,
yeah.
Butler and Dayton, a part of that non-scholarship program, of course, for those two schools, but nonetheless Division I. And then Concordia, which is ranked in the top 20. But this afternoon, like you said, 23 offensive plays, 34 yards. You don't have to be a math major to figure out that's just a little bit over 1 yard per carry, Nick.
And the Saints offensively, they're putting up some yards in a very different way than we're used to seeing St. Francis put up yards. We're used to seeing Sam Tumulty and company run the ball all over the field, but not today. Sam Tumulty throwing the ball for 193 yards in the first half, which is great. They're going to have to find a way to run the ball, though. Only 15 total rushing yards for St. Francis for a total of 208 yards on 36 plays. They have run 13 more plays than Taylor as well. So ball possession has been pretty good for St. Francis. In throwing the ball, well, Sam Tumulty's been pretty efficient doing that.
Yeah, and the Saints will have the ball to start the second half, Nick.
And the Tumulty brothers back at their 15-yard line. Well, two of the three anyway. This one's going to go to Scott from his 13 from the left sideline. He'll race all the way to the right hash marks before finally turning it upfield. He'll be smacked down at about the 22. About a 10-yard return on the kickoff, even though he ran about 60 yards.
And that leaves Scott about 5 yards short of the number 2 spot in terms of kickoff returns. I thought he would break it this afternoon, but if that's the only return he has for the day, I think everybody on that far sideline will be more than happy.
I think so.
Because that means Taylor did not score in the second half, something they did not do in the first half. And one of the reasons for that, 0 for 5 on third down, Nick.
Yeah, that St. Francis defense has been coming up early and often for the brown and gold. And a trick play there? What was that? A false start. It looked like it was going to be a direct snap to Gavin Day, but somebody moved a little bit early. A little trickeration there on the first play of the half from Matt McCarthy and his offense. Didn't see that one coming, huh? Unless that was just some sort of a broken play.
Third penalty for the Saints for 14 yards now. As we talked about Taylor the first half, 3 penalties for 48 yards. So all 3 big 15-yard plus penalties.
Snap back to Sam. Hand off to Haley. Tried to go to the right side. Nothing there. Shut down and spun backward down at the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5 on the carry. St. Francis going the wrong way here to start the second half.
Yeah, something you definitely don't want to see with a tight ball game like this, 14-0, and give Taylor good field position to start the second half. So let's see what the Saints have in their bag of tricks on third down. So far this afternoon, 4 of 9 on third down and 2 of 3 on fourth down.
I believe that's just second down. The first one was a loss on the penalty, so here's second down and long. Sam looking, pressure coming, throws as he is brought down from behind, but incomplete, looking for Joey Tumulty on the comeback route on the right side. Now that will bring up third down and long. Just underway in our third quarter, 14-0 Saints. Appreciate everyone joining us in the Joliet area on WCSF 88.7. Thank you very much for the halftime show and for the boys back there putting up with some of our technical difficulties. We appreciate you guys. Hey, four wide receivers here on third down for Sam. Keenan Haley back in to protect. Snap to Sam. Blitz backs off. Throwing deep right side. Some miscommunication, though, between him and Dezion Jordan. They're going to have to punt it away. Incomplete.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what Taylor does here in the second half, especially defensively, with putting a little bit more pressure on Sam as he continues to throw the ball a little bit more. As you said, they were more accustomed to seeing the running game of St. Francis during the first 3 weeks. So now they had to prepare a little bit differently defensively, and so far so good on the first possession of the second half.
Brian Bidet standing in his own end zone to punt this one away. Nice high spiral, angled a bit right. Might have a penalty on Taylor. Fair catch called for and made at the 50-yard line, right in the middle of the Trojan logo in the middle of the field. I thought I saw a little push in the back, but no penalty flag thrown. Taylor will have a short field here starting right at the 50-yard stripe.
And I believe, I'm just trying to look at their plays, I think this is the first time Taylor will be in St. Francis territory this afternoon. Again, that's what happens when you have 23 offensive plays in just 34 yards.
You're absolutely right. Every single play started in Taylor territory. Here we go. Turn, fake, pitch, right on the option play. Made one miss, not the second. John Thomas will pick up 2 yards up to the St. Francis 48-yard line. Next out by that St. Francis defense. Again, they run that option concept, and the Saints defense has to be disciplined and make solo tackles when they're called upon, and so far so good. Gain of just 1, so second down. 3 linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 DBs for Saints. Their base stack 3-3 defense. Pat Strozier right, Cam Holman left, Mike Johnson on a knee, ready to get after it. I formation left in the pistol, motion to the backfield, handoff. Nope, pitch over to John Thomas again. Whiff on one tackle before TJ Neal throws him out of bounds at the 44-yard line. I believe that was Kwaku Apia at his first opportunity, but whiffed. But TJ there to clean it up. Makes it 3rd down and 4.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, that's the first time that really Taylor has waited and is looking over at the sidelines for plays. They were down to 1 second on the play clock.
Just under 13 minutes to go, third quarter. Saints up 14-0. Another run option play. Pitch out left side. They're going to get a first down and a lot more this time. Running back tripped up and fell down at about the 30-yard line. Stephen Ellis, the ball carrier.
15-yard pickup, biggest play of the afternoon, and that's the play where there was nobody out there. Fortunately, was it Kwaku that came away with the tackle, I believe?
It might have been Mabudis just at the end of the play.
I think you're right.
Same formation, tailback in the pistol. Tight end will shift from left to right. Ball left hash of the Saint 30-yard line. Play action. Throwing this time, and it is complete at the 25, and a hard hit right at the point of attack. Down on the play is Tavion Wells, the senior safety out of Madison, Wisconsin. That's got to be a shoulder with how he went in for that tackle.
Yeah, either his shoulder or he just lost his breath there because he took the hit right to the chest.
Art Campos and the rest of the training staff for the Saints rushing out to the numbers here near side to check on him. And Wells is still in a bit of pain, and the rest of the players on the field just taking a knee. Hopefully he's okay. And this kind of brings back memories of week 1 when Ryan Little was injured. Week 2, when Ryan Little went down with that leg injury. It doesn't look to be that serious. As well as does get up.
I think he just lost his breath. I think he got hit in the chest, and you get hit right in that stomach, and you lose your breath, and you become.
The wind just goes out of your body and you can't
anxious.
breathe for a second.
You get a little bit anxious, and I think that's what happened with Tavion that time.
Yeah, walking off under his own power. Looks like he's going to be okay. Coach Curry was the last one out there. Said, "You all right?" Good. Pats him on the helmet and said, "Let's get back to work." Kind of kills a little bit of the momentum there for Taylor.
Yeah.
2nd down and 6 after the carry. That option game is looking like they made some adjustments here, and they found something that works, at least here on this first possession of the second half. 11:42 and counting, third quarter. Saints lead it by 14. It's 14-0, but Taylor, their deepest drive into St. Francis territory of the day. In that pistol again. And they give to Thomas. Traditional run this time. Makes everybody miss and bounces outside. 10-5, shoulder down and out of bounds. Scott Tumulty, another touchdown-saving tackle, but it'll be first down and goal for Taylor. You had to know with this rushing offense that the Trojans possess, they weren't going to be held down for too long.
I tell you what, I think what they're doing is they're taking more time in between plays to survey what the defense is really presenting and then coming up with their play. We've seen it now on a couple of the plays here with Taylor. Sometimes they're going right after it. Other times they're looking over to the sidelines for a play call.
2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Another option play. QB's going to keep it. TJ Neal races in and takes him down at the 4-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 2. Second and goal at the 4.
Really like to see the Saints hold Taylor to a field goal here. That would be extraordinary.
St. Francis has only allowed 2 touchdowns all season long, just 6.3 points per game. Number 1 in the NAIA in terms of scoring defense. We're being threatened here.
1 point better than Grandview. Grandview's allowed 20 points. The Saints 19 through 3 games for both teams.
Again, that option play getting set up, motion to the backfield. Play, they action it out. They pitch it out to right side and crossing the goal line. No, just down at the 1-foot line. It's going to be third down and goal. Third down and inches. And here comes some more big bodies for Taylor onto that offensive line, bringing in number 72, Isaac Rands, the 6'2", 225-pound sophomore. There's no way that man's 225. Not a chance. I formation here. Tailback is Scally, the number 1 back in the pistol. They give to Scally. Hit behind the line. Did he dive forward enough?
Nope.
No, he did not. Fourth down and inches right at the goal line.
Wow.
You know they're going to go for it here.
I was going to say, no doubt about it.
Well, it looks like they're going to line up in the same formation.
Thought they might go with a quick snap here.
They might try to sneak it here with Hockett. We'll see. Hockett's going to go under center. Nope. He's going to back out into the pistol again. Scally, the tailback. I think that benefits the Saints if they can get a push. Man in motion. Jet motion. They give it to the tailback. Hit at the line. Did he fall forward? He did not. The Saints defense holds at the goal line.
Who was on the tackle that time? I believe.
Judging just by the area, I had to be TJ Neal up front. It looks like Jalen Cooper celebrating as well.
I think it was Jalen Cooper. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit behind, and Jalen Cooper pushed him back, and the Saints will take over. Unbelievable defense this afternoon for St. Francis.
They bent but did not break on that drive. No points for Taylor. They get down to the 1-inch line, but the Saints defense denies them, and here comes Sam Tumulty and company in the shadows of the goalpost with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter and a 14-point lead. 3 wide receivers on the field. Joey Tumulty motions to the backfield. They're going to throw it on first down the seam, knocked away at the last second. That's a heck of a defensive back play by Reese Pinckney, the sophomore, to knock it away from Dezion Jordan, looking for the big play on first down.
Super job by Pinckney. Exactly right, Nick. Just got in front of it. Textbook play, put the left hand in front to knock it away, keep that right hand behind in case Dezion comes up with an incredible catch again so that you can make the tackle. That's textbook right there. Great job by Pinckney.
Love the play call, too. You get Joey Tumulty on the jet motion, keeping everyone's eyes in the backfield and try to go long. They had the man open. Dezion got behind him, but a great play by the corner to make the play. Here we go, second down and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Sam in the end zone, looking to throw, has to evade pressure, directing some traffic, trying to run. Fires on the run, looking for Dan Getch, threw it a little bit behind him, and incomplete. Third down and 10.
I would be surprised here if Taylor does not bring a little bit more pressure on this play. Like you said, they haven't done it all that much. They've brought primarily their middle linebacker, a guy that we really haven't heard much from this afternoon in terms of the tackles, and he had 11 coming into the averaging 11 per game, which ranked 5th in the nation.
Third down and long. I think the Saints will be just fine just getting out of this without giving up a safety and punt it away. We'll see if they can pick up a first down. Sam to throw again. Nice protection. Steps up. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Nice job by Sam not to take the sack in the end zone. And Brian Mayday is going to have to come out and try to punt this one away with not very much room to work with, and the breeze, which is starting to shift a little bit into his face. So Brian's going to need a good punt here.
Yeah, this is definitely different for both the snapper and the punter. And, Brian, you can see looking behind him to see where he is on the line. You got to be careful not to step backwards after you get the ball. So you got to know that area. And then, again, it's a shorter snap from center, so you got to make sure that you're not snapping it over Brian's head.
Returner standing at the St. Francis 41. It's a fumble in the end zone. Brian throws it. It's complete to Dan Getch, which is going to save the points. That's an unbelievable play by Brian Madej. It was a bad snap. You called it there, Dave. And Brian actually did well by getting rid of that and completing the pass. There is a flag on the play as well. So it avoids the safety, giving their defense a chance to make another goal line stand. As it sits, it's 1st and goal at the 5 for Taylor after the turnover on downs. So, yeah, there's going to be an illegal man downfield on that, which is understandable.
So that's going to put the ball right back at the 1 yard line. Oh, no, it was declined. So, so they did not accept the penalty. So the play stands, and the Saints, Taylor will get it at the St. Francis 5 yard line. 8:41 left to play. Saints on top, 14-0.
Missed executed play on that for special teams gives Taylor another opportunity here at 1st and goal at the 5 yard line. And the shotgun is Hockett. He's going to take it himself. Quarterback dive. And he will be stopped at about the 2. He'll pick up 3. 2nd down and goal again inside the 3 yard line. St. Francis is doing all they can to give this one to him. Nice job by Keemon Reese, one of those Trinity International transfers at linebacker, making the stop. Brings up 2nd and goal. 3 yard line for Taylor.
And again, it'll be 3 downs for Taylor because I don't think they're going to be going for a field goal.
No way. So far, it's been 4 plays inside the 5 yard line in a row for Taylor that they haven't been able to punch it in. Let's see if they can do it here. The tailback is Thomas this time. Motion left to right. Turn, give. Thomas looking for a hole, and he will find the end zone this time. It is a touchdown for Taylor, cutting the lead in half, pending the extra point.
Had a chance to get him back a little bit. You know, they gave him the ball deep in his own territory at the 5. A couple Saint defenders there, but couldn't get their hands around him, and then he just stretched his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
John Thomas runs in his 3rd touchdown of the season on the ground. St. Francis gives up their 3rd touchdown of the season. Extra point attempts coming up for the Trojans. Nearly blocked by Matthew Perry with his long body and leap.
Penalty marker down, Nick, on the near sideline here.
Penalty marker down on the right side of the offense here. We'll see if we're going to be doing this again. I say offside. No wonder they got such a good jump. They were offsides a little bit. They're going to decline that, I would imagine, and take the point.
Sounds like it. Looks like it.
There you go, 7-0, or make that 14-7. Saints on top after a touchdown drive of 3 plays and 5 yards. The incredible sequence, though, because they had it 1st down and goal. St. Francis denied them at the goal line, had a turnover on downs. St. Francis took the ball over. They also went 3 and out. But on the punt, Brian Madej mishandled on a rough snap. But instead of just falling on it and giving up the safety or letting it go out of bounds or even worse, letting the Trojans jump on a loose ball, he alertly threw the ball to Dan Getch, completed the pass, but it wasn't enough for a 1st down. Gave the ball back to the Trojans at their own 5, and they eventually punched it in.
Yeah, now you've given Taylor momentum here in the second half after being totally dominated in the first half. So right now it's going to be key for the St. Francis offense to get that momentum back on the far sideline.
Tumulty brothers back inside their 10 to return it. It's going to be a short kick. Scotty's going to have a chance here starting at the 20-yard line. Right up the sideline he goes before he's nudged out of bounds around the 26. 7:48 to go, third quarter. First touchdown of the game for Taylor in their last possession.
And I think that will push Scott into the number 2 spot for kickoff return yardage.
First down here for St. Francis. Sam Tumulty still on the field, still nursing that knee injury he had, but performing well through the air. If you thought Sam Tumulty was just a running quarterback, take a look at the numbers here today. He's going to try to run it here, though. Inside run for Sam. Swung down at the 36-yard line. He picks up 8 yards on the play. It's a heck of a run by a hobbled Sam Tumulty. Sam Tumulty through the air today, 12 for 25, 193 yards, a touchdown. On the ground, 13 yards.
Yeah, I think he was 12 and 20 in the first half, so he's had 5 incompletions here to start the second half.
Second down and 2 here for Sam. Throwing down the seam, finds Dan Getch. Open grass in front of him, a chase down from behind at the 32-yard line. Biggest play of the season for the tight end, Dan Getch.
29-yard pickup for Getch on the reception from Sam Tumulty, and the 0 for 5 string of incompletions is over in a big way, and the Saints are back in Taylor territory at the Taylor 33-yard line.
Dan had 18 yards receiving coming into the game. He about doubled that there. First down for St. Francis into Taylor territory again. I think they need a touchdown here. Split backs on each side of Sam. Fakes it today. Sam's going to run it again for the second time in 3 downs, and he picks up 6. They might be getting a little more Sam Tumulty on the ground here. Like it or not.
It just opens up the offense again,
say,
right?
yeah.
Because now the defense has to look at, okay, now he's running again. Do we have to stop him? And then when he does that, he throws a short little pass to a Dan Getch or Keenan Haley coming out of the backfield or Joey Tumulty, and the Saints are in the end zone again.
2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Haley on the left hip of Sam Tumulty. Here comes a 4-man rush. Play action. Sam steps up. Another jump throw to Keenan, but he dropped the pass as he was hit hard. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, that time thrown a little bit behind Keenan. He tried to spin around backwards to make the play, but there was good coverage on him, and he was hit right as he touched the ball. So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Saints. Definitely 2-down territory. They would not be punting in this situation. So they've got 2 plays to get 5 yards.
This game is eerily similar to the last one they played. Here we go on 3rd down and 4. Sam fakes it, keeps it, runs it, diving to about the 23-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Sam Tumulty moves the chains with his legs.
The line judge definitively saying move the chains on the near sideline here.
The chains are being very slow to actually
they're
move,
not
however.
listening.
There we go.
Hey,
Come on, boys.
Come on.
You can do it. There they go. Now they start to go. First down for the Saints, marching here on this drive. They're at the 23 of Taylor. Again, split backs on each side of Sam. Going to give to Gavin Day this time. Right up the middle,
There
diving for the 15. Nice run, a gain of a long 8, a short 9 on the play. One of the better successful inside runs of the day.
It'd be interesting to talk to Matt McCarthy after the game to see what they're doing a little bit different offensively, because they are finding some gaps here in the middle of that line, something that they didn't see in the first 30 minutes of the contest.
St. Francis over 250 yards of offense. Here's Tumulty again, barely running on that left leg, and he took a shot there for a no-gain run. 3rd down and 2 coming up. Oh. Did you see him pull up on that leg?
Yeah,
it looked like he was trying to run without using a left leg, which isn't going to work very well. Gavin Day will check out. Scott Tumulty will check in.
Saints 0 for 2 on third down.
Sam Tumulty trying to hurry him up to the line. We're under 10 seconds on the play clock.
0 for 2 in this half. 4 for 11 for the game on third down.
Here's the snap. Give to Scott Tumulty. Racing for the edge. Turns it up the numbers. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. But it's not going to be enough for a first down, but it will make it 4th down and 1.
I think you're going to go for the field goal here. Yep.
Here comes Brian Madej on to kick the field goal.
Make it a 2-possession game. Be from the right hash. It'll be a 33-yard attempt. He's missed from 45. That was blocked last week, and he's hit from 30. And that was in week 2 against St. Francis, Indiana.
There's the snap. Good. Hold kick is down. 32-yarder. Plenty of leg right down the pipe. A second made field goal of the season. Nicely done by Brian Madej. We're under 3 minutes to go. The lead up to double digits at 17-7 Saints.
That's a good momentum swing for the Saints. Moved the ball down the field. Didn't get the touchdown, but got the 3 points. And again, make it a 2-possession game with 2:56 left to play here in the third quarter. Beautiful afternoon, Upland, Indiana. If you're wondering where Upland is, you're heading east on I-80 to obviously through Indiana, and then you come straight down for about maybe 40 miles, 45 miles. Gas City. Some of you may know where Gas City, Indiana is. Upland right there as well. And that's where we're at, about 3.5 hour, 4-hour drive. And perfect afternoon, 75 degrees. Very sunny, and very sunny on the Saints sideline right now with a 17-7 lead.
Brian Madej points down the line, puts his right boot into it. Nice end-over-end kick. The return will be from the 9-yard line for Taylor. Up the right sideline they go. Knocked out of bounds at the 32. And that is where the Taylor offense will trot back out of the field, try to chip into this 10-point lead the Saints currently have.
Jared King pushed him out of bounds on that play.
St. Francis with 51 plays and 264 yards, just 87 yards of offense for Taylor, even though they only trailed by a touchdown and a field goal. And that's kind of how the last game against Taylor went back in 2014 when the Saints put up 258 yards compared to 145. They lost that game, though, because of turnovers. That
Good job.
Pitch into the backfield, and Matthew Perry, the corner, making the play. That's going to be a loss of 9 on the lateral and run.
Again, textbook play right there. We talk about everybody keeping to their men. That's exactly what Perry did for the Saints that time and resulted in an 8-yard loss. Again, keep that momentum with the defense after the offense scores. Get a 3 and out and get that offense back on the field.
2nd down and 18 now for Taylor. Tight end motions to the left into the flat. They're going to look to throw. They'll go to that tight end. That's going to be incomplete. Not a lot on that ball. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Taylor. I love Matthew Perry. Watching him play these first 3+ weeks. What an addition to this secondary for St. Francis.
Yep, 3 wide receivers that time for Taylor. All 3 covered very well. And then Taylor was going for the outman, the running back out of the backfield, and couldn't get the completion.
Hard count. Almost got each of the defensive ends for St. Francis. They're looking like they want a new play here. As Mike Johnson, Cam Holman, and company all look to the sidelines, they get something they like.
Taylor 1 for 7 on 3rd down, and now it's going to be timeout by Taylor.
Yeah, they don't want to go 1 and 8 on 3rd down and 18 here with 2:09 to go, third quarter. Saints lead at 17-7. Just the 3rd touchdown that they have allowed all season long, ranking among the top in the NAIA in scoring, defense, and yardage categories. They've been outstanding this year.
First points allowed in the third quarter as well.
Great point, yeah.
3 points in the first, 3 points in the second, 7 in the third, and 13 in the fourth.
St. Francis ranked number 14 in the nation right now, taking a 3-position leap since last week. St. Francis, the highest-rated Midwest school in the MSFA. St. Xavier falling to number 18 after losses to Marion and Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, they should get back on track. And those were tight ball games. I mean, 21-14. You know, and I think the strong suit for St. Xavier this year, just looking at some of their scores and their numbers, both offensively and defensively, is their defense this year. They'll put up some points this afternoon, I'm sure, against Madonna and get back on track. But it'll make for an exciting next Saturday if the Saints can hang on here.
I'll tell you right now, they are not the 18th best team in the country. They're much higher than that. Broken play here for Taylor, a bobbled snap, but the quarterback, Hockett, able to run it on a scramble up to the 41-yard line. It was 3rd down and 18, but it's going to make it 4th and 2 after the broken play and run by Damon Hockett, the sophomore quarterback for Taylor. That turns a punt situation into something they're going to think about going for here.
I'm a little bit surprised that they're going to go for it here on 4th down, especially the way the defense has played for St. Francis. Again, you've done some nice things. They're 0 for 1 this afternoon, 8 for 18 on the season, which is a high number this early in the year. 7 on the play clock right now.
They're hurrying to the line. 5 on the play clock. Hockett looking. There's the snap. And a penalty comes out. I think it's going to be a false start on Taylor. I don't know, though. If that's going to be on St. Francis, they bailed him out. We'll see what this flag is here. Nobody's moving quite yet. And they will call an offsides on St. Francis, jumping a little bit early. So 2 plays ago, they had it 3rd and 18, but a broken play and a scramble by their quarterback makes it 4th and 2, and then one of the few penalties on St. Francis.
Yeah, just the 3rd one, I think.
The 4th one on St. Francis gives them a free 1st down at the 46-yard line. Taylor, new life on the drive. You'll look back again to the sideline, get a play here. Down 10, 1:19 to go here, 3rd quarter. 3 down linemen. They will rush 3. Screen play to the outside, has a receiver, but Matthew Perry with another phenomenal solo tackle just on the St. Francis side of the 50. That's going to pick up 6 yards, make it 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, like you said, great one-on-one tackling there for the Saints. But again, it puts the ball in St. Francis territory for what is now, I believe, the 3rd straight possession for Taylor after not even getting close to be on the 50-yard line in the first half.
Wing back right, he'll motion to the left. Option play, middle pitch to the big tight end up to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark him down just shy. It looked like he dove forward for that 1st down, but it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, I thought he got it too, and then they marked it back to the 45-yard line. And if they were going for it on 4th down before, they've got 2 plays to get 1 yard here on 3rd and 1 from the St. Francis 45.
See if they can bring a little heat here, make a play in the backfield. Option play from the quarterback again. No one was on the running back that time, and a 1st down. Scott Tumulty hammers him out of bounds, but not after a gain of about 11 yards up to the 34-yard line, and a 1st down for Taylor deeper into St. Francis territory.
You know, and that's always a big thing, you know, that 20 minutes at halftime. Unlike an NFL football game where you only get 12 minutes at halftime, you've got 20 minutes, and you can make some noise if you do some things differently, and that's what Taylor is doing as we end the 3rd quarter. A rapidly played contest, Saints leading 17-7, but Taylor on the march at the St. Francis 31-yard line.
Taking a look at where the Saints are rated, number 14 in the country right now. That's pretty high, one of the higher-rated teams St. Francis has ever had. Not the highest, though. Actually took a peek at their history in terms of being ranked. The first time the Saints were ranked was back in 2010. They broke into the charts at number 21 in the NAIA rankings. The next year, 2011, they started the year at number 25, ended up way up there. 2011 was a very good year for the Saints, won the conference. They win the playoff game, or at least went to the playoff game that year.
They won the first playoff game.
Yep, they ended the season rated number 8 in the country that year. That was in 2011. The next year, they, in the preseason, were ranked number 7 on the heels of that great season. Unfortunately, finished out of the top 25 by the end of it. So 7th was as high as the Saints have ever been rated. And 2013, they peaked at number 17 on the charts, peaked at number 12 in 2014. 2015, they got up to number 16. In 2016, they were ranked number 14 in week 1, but dropped out the following week. Then went 5 years without being rated. In 2021, they started to push their way back into the top 25, and this is as high as they've been in the 2020s. Number 14 of the country as it sits right now with a 3-0 record.
I think it's time for interception, Nick.
We haven't had one yet, have we? We've almost had it. It's been close. They're just going to try to throw it. Hockett surveying, steps up. He's got a little room and takes a big hit at the 20-yard line by Mike Johnson, but he holds on for a gain of 11 and a first down for Taylor. Hockett doing it with his legs on this drive. He turned a 3rd and 18 into a 3rd and short, which ended up into a first down, and this one a big first down scramble for the tall quarterback.
3 plays over 10 yards now, Nick, on this drive. 16, and then the last 2 plays, 11 and 11.
Option play, the pitch to the outside to Thomas. Nice job getting off the block by Nick Mabutis and out of bounds. Only a minimal gain on the play, 1 or 2 yards. Second down. A lot more dangerous of an option game when the quarterback starts to pick up chunks.
Yep.
Ask the St. Francis opponents. That's all Sam Tumulty has done the last couple of years. Been a little hobbled this week because of a leg injury, but we're seeing what it's like here. Pistol again and a false start on
there
Taylor.
We go. That's a good play.
That was called on the tight end on the left-hand side of the line. Silas Martin, the junior.
Makes it 2nd and 14 instead of 2nd and 9.
Just the 4th penalty on Taylor today.
First one of the second half. Played very clean football here in the second half, and it's led to their touchdown and their opportunity here on this particular drive.
Trips receivers to the right this time. Straight screen pass. It is caught by Thomas on the outside, but a nice tackle.
Fumble.
Assisted tackle. Looked like the ball came out.
They're saying he was down.
Keymon Reese and Nick Mabutis in the vicinity.
Great coverage. 3 different St. Francis linebackers and defensive backs on that play. And the receiver was not going to get beyond any of those 3. Great tacklers, all 3 of them.
3rd down and 14 for Taylor here on the drive. I believe the 9th or 10th play of this drive here with 13 minutes to go in the game. Started back in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. Hockett will roll left. Naked bootleg being chased down, and he fires the ball side-armed just before he's brought down by Stroja. Also there on the pressure, Nick Franciscovich. There was an intended receiver in the vicinity, so it'll be 4th down, and I believe they're going to try to get back that field goal here with one of their own.
Their place kicker, 3 for 6 on the season. This one will be a 42-yard attempt. I think he's hit from 45 once, hasn't he?
Long was 40. He was 3 for 4 in week 1 alone. Missed his last 2. This one from 42 yards, and it will have plenty of leg. Is it through the uprights? It is not. It is no good. Wide right. Score remains 17-7. The St. Francis defense holds after a long drive by Taylor.
Yeah,
That's
see.
deflating
1,
a bit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was the 11th play, not including the 2 penalties.
11 plays, 42 yards. Started with about 2:50 left to go, so about a 5-minute drive. So far, Hockett through the air is 8 for 12 for 18 yards. His longest pass of the game has just been 6 yards. A lot of the damage done by the Taylor offense, as it's been through the first 4 weeks of their season, has been on the ground. Rushing for 111 yards so far today. 1 touchdown from Ja Thomas. Here's the first play. It's a reverse to Joey Tumulty. Sam Tumulty out to try and block. Look at Joey fly up the left sideline. Pushed out of bounds just past the 40-yard line. Where do they mark this one up? Ooh, further on down the field than I thought, up to the 47, and a
22-yard pickup.
And a first down for St. Francis up near midfield. First time we saw Joey Tumulty on a reverse. Keenan Haley, Gavin Day will be the running backs on each side of Sam Tumulty. Do you love Sam Tumulty running out there and lead blocking? Not necessarily, but it's a first down, and he didn't get hurt, so good play. Two receivers right, couple tight ends. This one to Gavin Day, inside run. Nice blocking by Keenan Haley on the lead block. And here comes some more help pushing the pile forward. First down. He was stopped about 2 yards shy, but one of the offensive linemen came in and pushed him forward. Looked like that was Peyton Bogie, all 300 pounds of him, moving the pile and moving the chains. St. Francis doing it on the ground as well. Finally here in the fourth quarter, but most of the damage done for St. Francis has been through the air. Joey Tumulty is over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. St. Francis over 230 yards receiving on the game. First down at the Taylor 41-yard line. They give to Day. He squeaks through and tripped up by the shoelaces just near the yard line to gain. It's going to be a pickup of 9, 2nd and 1.
And it does look like Sam's limping a little bit more.
Sure does. St. Xavier next week. And like the last couple of years, assuming you take care of business, that's really the game where the conference and playoff hopes come down to.
Yeah, the last 2 years, the last game of the year, and this year it'll be the first conference game of the season. All of these the last couple of weeks against St. Francis, Indiana, Lawrence Tech, and now Taylor. Crossover games that do not count in the conference standings.
Give to Day on the outside. Makes one miss, picks up a first down. Inside the 20 goes the freshman Gavin. As Sam Tumulty was kind of hitting the backfield there. Wasn't egregious enough to draw the penalty.
How about some big yardage out of the offense right now? Plays of 22 yards, 12 yards, 9 yards, and 10 yards on the last 4 plays.
10:24 to go in the game. 17-7. Saints on top here on the road in Upton, Indiana. Taking on the crossover opponent Taylor, who's 1-3. Two running backs, again, two wide receivers out to the right. That's Jordan and Tumulty. Handoff on inside to Haley, and it goes backward 2 or 3 feet, second down. I will say this, Brian Madej is a perfect 1-for-1 through the air. When he had to, when he bobbled the snap on a punt, ended up completing a pass to Dan Getch.
Well, you'd really like to see the Saints push this one into the end zone and provide that insurance score and pretty much put this game out of reach.
Yeah, I don't think Taylor's done scoring.
9:30 left to play in the contest. Saints leading 17-7.
Low snap for Sam. Was able to pick it up. He hands off to Gavin Day. And again, some great pressure up front by that Taylor defensive line. No gain on that play. Third down. Just running inside against the Taylor D has been a non-starter today. Anything they've gotten has really come on the outside in their running game. Still looking to get over 100 yards. I believe they're right at about 80 yards of rushing offense today.
Jason Hartsfield checks back into the St. Francis lineup. He lines up split left as one of the wide receivers.
Here's Sam in the gun. Looking to throw. Clean pocket, steps up. Going to try to run with it on the outside. Pump fakes. He's going to take it himself. There goes Sam to the 5. Ball comes out into the end zone, but it looks like it was covered up by the Saints, and they signal touchdown. I'm not sure if Sam crossed the goal line or if it popped out, but we're going to have another Tumulty touchdown. It's either Sam or more likely Joey Tumulty covering up the fumble. But can you fumble it forward for a touchdown?
Well, that's the question, and that's what I was wondering if Sam was in the end zone for the score.
We'll have to look at the scores because I'm not exactly sure. We could not hear the referee make the announcement. They did signal touchdown. It is a St. Francis touchdown. We're just not exactly sure who scored it. Was it Sam on the scramble crossing the goal line as the ball came out? Or was it Joey Tumulty covering up the fumble in the end zone? Jalen Cooper is the holder. He'll take the snap and hold it down. Madej's extra point is good. The Saints extend the lead 24-7 on another Tumulty touchdown. We're just not exactly sure who scored it.
Yeah, to be very honest with you, that may be a question of that you have to go down and talk to the officials after the game.
I wasn't sure if you can fumble it forward for yardage or for a touchdown. Maybe it depends on how the fumble happened, if it was knocked out or if it was...
No, it's just dependent. It was so close to the end zone, and obviously our angle here at the 50-yard line is very difficult to obviously see if Sam crossed the plane of the goal line before he fumbled, and that's going to be the question.
According to the official scorers, Sam Tumulty scores his touchdown.
Yeah, and I believe that's the case because otherwise, like you said, I don't think you can't score a touchdown on a fumble, and we've seen that. And I can't remember. It's so rare. I can't remember what happens on that type of play.
That is the 7th rushing touchdown of the game of the season for Sam Tumulty. It is a short pooch kick to one of the upbacks. Fair catch called for and made at the 31-yard line. Nice hands by Stephen Ellis. And there is a streak for Sam Tumulty. I know he scored touchdowns in pretty much every game he's played in, I feel like, since he started as a Saint a couple of years ago. And that also extends the lead for the record of rushing touchdowns in a career for Sam Tumulty, now 37.
And where does that put him for the career total touchdowns, isn't that?
That touchdown ties him with John Larson for second with 37 career touchdowns. He's one behind Brandon Ruffin for total touchdowns in a career. So if for some way Sam Tumulty can score another touchdown today, he will tie Brandon Ruffin for most career touchdowns in a season for the Saints.
Boy, you'd really like to see the St. Francis defense just shut out Taylor the rest of the way and continue their unbelievable performance defensively. Really, really strong today. Stopping them on first and goal earlier. They eventually scored after the bad punt snap.
Hockett lets it fly as he rolled to the right and incomplete into the St. Francis bench.
And you almost wonder, you hate to say it this way, but you almost wonder if Brian would have taken the safety.
And punted away, right? Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It might have been just the 2 points, but again, Taylor then gets good field position. But in the moment, you're not thinking like that, and I'm not blaming Brian for anything, but I'm just saying that that's how unbelievable the performance of this defense has been this afternoon.
Here comes the rollout, the throw on the run, and there is the interception. Jalen Cooper, did he come down with it inbounds? Haven't seen the indication.
Yep.
He did. That's another interception. Jalen Cooper, again in a fourth quarter, 2 weeks in a row, extends the interception streak for this Saints defense to 13 unbelievable games.
That is great. And great for Jalen. He's an incredible human being. Love to see him. He actually works in maintenance on a regular basis, and he delivers packages a lot. Always got a smile on his face, always a happy camper. And today he should be ecstatic for his play as well as that entire defensive unit.
Jalen Cooper gives the slam dunk on the mini hoop on the far sideline, something that they do every time they get a turnover. The person responsible slams dunks the football on one of those little tyke basketball hoops that he repainted white and gold. I love it. St. Francis football at the Taylor 45-yard line, up 24-7, and you kind of feel that the air has come out of this stadium here. And we're going to get some more heavy dose of the run game here for St. Francis. Yeah, gain of 4 there for Gavin Day, 2nd and 6 coming up at the 41 now for Taylor. 7.5 to play in the game. Don't forget some of the teams that this Taylor team has played and has put up yardage against. It's been pretty incredible. Dayton and Butler, FCS opponents. They put up 13 points against Butler, 20 against Dayton. Played at Concordia in week number 2, 54-14. They lost, but put up 14 points against that team. Their win was in week 1 against St. Ambrose, 37-34. Oh, look who's wide open down the field. It is caught. It's Friddle and down inside the 5-yard line. We almost had another touchdown for a freshman or a sophomore, Jake Friddle, today. His 3rd catch of the season goes for about 40 yards and sets up St. Francis on the doorstep of the goal line again, 1st and goal.
And St. Francis close to 400 yards of total offense. I think it's going to be about 370 after this play, Nick. And Taylor, 44 plays, 129 yards.
Mm-hmm. The stat sheet hasn't quite updated since the beginning of the drive, so we'll check it as soon as it updates after that big play.
We'll check it after the Saints score.
After they score, that's a good idea. 1st down and goal, they give to Haley. He's looking for the end zone. He dies. He'll be a yard or 2 short. He'll pick up 2. 2nd down and goal coming up at the 1.5.
So do you want to check in 1 play or 2 plays?
I think we'll check in 2.
All right. So you're going to say 2 more plays before the Saints get in the end zone.
So after the Friddle pass for 37 yards, 261 through the air, 115 on the ground, and that is 380 yards on 60 plays. How long has that Taylor defense been on the field?
Yeah, 6.3 yards per play. The Saints with about an 8-minute time of possession advantage.
2nd down and goal. It's Scott Tumulty, the direct snap, trying to get to the pylon, but he's piled up at the 3. No gain, maybe even a loss on the play. Under 5.5 to go here in Indiana. The wind still blowing briskly from the St. Francis sideline. So St. Francis going left to right. So the wind from their left to right as they look at the Taylor end zone.
Weather has been absolutely perfect for 4 straight weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, it
I mean,
has.
a little bit hot the first week, but nothing earth-shattering.
No. Yeah, we've had a pretty nice stretch of weather the last couple of weeks.
And I'll tell you what, if you get nice weather next week, you're going to see a large crowd
I can't
between
wait.
St. Xavier and St. Francis. You've had this one on your chart since, I don't know if it was
Since
even
last year.
before before the start of the season.
I mean, it was on as soon as the schedules came out, whenever that was, because with the way the last 2 seasons have ended, you got to think about this. St. Francis has had 2 of the best seasons they've ever had the last 2 years, and all they've needed in both of those seasons was a win against St. Xavier. If they would have done it, they would have won the conference, got into the playoffs. 2 years ago, they lose in overtime at home. Do you remember that game? What an incredible game that was. Overtime against St. Xavier and Joliet. They come up on the short end.
And let's also note that they did settle for a tie for the conference title that year.
True. They ended up with
But
co-champs.
they still wanted more, which would have been to make the playoffs.
Right. And they've never won an outright title in the MSFA, so that would have been nice. And then last year, they're up at St. Xavier. Again, the win would have given them a conference championship and a berth in the playoffs. That game ended up being a 1-possession game by the end of it. St. Francis on the bad side. So, man, if you're not looking forward to next week as a Saints fan, that's what it's all about. It's been, 18 years, I think, since St. Francis has beaten St. Xavier. So it's a big one. Yeah, I've circled it. I have. It's going to be fun. Here we go. 3rd down and goal for St. Francis, trying to add to their 24-7 lead. Joey Tumulty motions into the backfield, goes back right, gets the pass, but a great tackle at the 5-yard line. And that's going to be another loss on the play. Interesting design on the play, but a great tackle made by David Worlds, the corner, the freshman out of Brownsburg. Makes the stop, brings out Brian Mayday and company looking for another 3 points.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do they have any other songs on their play chart here?
That's their 3rd. Well, you know what? St. Francis has been in 3rd down. They play, was it Tommy Trombone or something like that? Yeah.
It seems like it's been on every play that was a tough. Maybe it's just 3rd down, and we've had a lot, but it just seems like it's been played a lot today.
That's their 3rd down song. Yep, for sure. Brian Mayday, no good on the chip shot field goal.
Wide right.
And that will keep the score at 24-7 with 4:05 left to go in the game. Big hill to climb here for Taylor against against a defense here for the Saints that has only allowed 3 touchdowns in the entire season.
Just the second time this year, the Saints have not scored in the red zone, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Came in, 12 out of 13. And
Red zone, yep, 12 out of 13. 11 of those 12 scoring attempts have been touchdowns. 1 field goal. First down here for Taylor. And now they're going to be in some trouble, too, because they're not a passing team, but they're in passing situations. And you better believe those 3 big boys up front are coming after them. They're going to keep it on the ground here to Thomas anyway, only there for a yard or 2. Right off the right tackle, second down. Second down here for Taylor. Wing right, 2 wide receivers, tailback in the backfield. They're going to sweep it to the wing back. It's Thomas again. He's been their most effective ball carrier, but a fantastic tackle on the play by Jalen Cooper again. Down at the 25, gain of 3, third down.
yeah, so that was the third time inside the red zone for the Saints. They scored on each of their first 2, so that made them 14 out of 15, and they're now 14 out of 16 in the red zone. Just a little over 3 minutes to play.
Coming into today, the 92% in the red zone was good enough for best in the conference and second in the NAIA. As this throw is incomplete, skipped into the hands of the receiver, brings up 4th down and 5. We're going to see if quarterback Damon Hockett has anything in that right arm here, because they need to throw the ball downfield if they want to get back into this game with 3 minutes to go, down 24-7. 3 wide receivers. Tight end left, running back behind him. Running back is Scally.
Put an exclamation point on this right now.
No turnover.
Either that or a big stick.
Play action, Hockett throwing, and it is complete, and a first down for Taylor up to the 43-yard line. Sailed that ball over to Dakota Sonishen, the junior.
he was wide open. I don't know. Jalen was way off to the side there. Gave him about 10, 15 yards and picks up the first down.
Clock continues to move here. First down for Taylor. Throwing again. Caught at the 46-yard line.
In bounds.
And they do at the 49-yard line. Nice to see Tavion Wells back on the field, making the tackle there. Went out with a bit of an injury. We assume he was just had the wind knocked out of him. Picks up 7 on the pitch and catch. Second down and 3 at their own 49, Taylor. 2:14 to go. Play action, screen pass out left side again.
Fumble.
It's Holbein on the screen pass. He picked it up, and the clock will continue to move. And now it will stop. Was there a timeout? I'm just trying to get the ball back. Jalen Cooper a bit slow to get up after trying to make that tackle. We have a St. Francis player down at the original line of scrimmage there as well, one of the defensive linemen. And the Trojans will all take a knee here on the near side. The Saints will walk over to the far side and take a knee, huddle up over there as well as we take an injury timeout.
I think it might be Curtis Reeves. I see the 0.
Number 90, the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, I believe it's him.
That makes sense. Listed at 5'11", 325. One of the big boys up front getting a little play at the nose guard position. He's a redshirt freshman out of Walther Christian.
Saints lead it 24-7. They scored in each of their 4 quarters, 7 points in the first quarter. That was a 13-yard pass play from Sam Tumulty to Joey Tumulty about midway through the first quarter. They also scored in the second. That was a defensive touchdown. Logan Johnson, fumble recovery, got a scoop from, we believe, Scott Tumulty. That went into the end zone to put the Saints up 14-0. Taylor got one of those scores back in the third quarter on a just a 5-yard drive after a muffed punt snap. St. Francis got the field goal back and then has scored in the fourth quarter to make it 24-7.
Hockett running the option. Somebody forgot to keep a spy on him, and he'll pick up an easy 5 yards up to the 41-yard line of the Saints. Under 2 minutes to go.
Still 40-some yards to go to get to the end zone, but You know, the St. Francis defense wants nothing more than to post the shutout the rest of the way, having already given up the 7 points in the third quarter.
2nd and 5 here for Hockett. Takes the snap, one-handed grab on the snap. You're going to run it himself again up the middle, picks up the first down, gets a nice block, springs him to the outside. He'll sprint and nailed out of bounds around the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Taylor. Nick Mabudis with the big hit to finish the play, but a big run by Damon Hockett on the scramble.
Yeah, about 37 yards.
He only has 120 yards on 34 carries coming into the game. 1 minute and 26 seconds.
Come
with
on,
the clock
St.
stopped.
Francis defense.
Whoever was supposed to covering the quarterback forgot all about him the last couple of plays. Tight end motions right to left. Ball right hash, play action. Rolling to his left is Hockett. He wants to run it again. They did not allow him this time, and down he goes right near the line of scrimmage. Who's there on the stop on the play? Alan Richards, I believe. It looks like they got some of the second-string defensive players in to finish up this game for the Saints. Yeah, nice to see some of the second stringers get some playing time here. Low snap, but handed off, and wrapped up. Down he goes.
45 and counting.
Francisco Rodriguez, I believe, stepping in and making a play, getting him some playing time.
Taylor has 2 timeouts left.
35 seconds to go, and they don't seem too keen on stopping the clock here, down 24-7. 26 seconds, 20, 25, 24, snap to Hockett, throwing, end zone, and picked off by Cooper.
He can go.
He picked it off in the end zone, but he's off to the races. 30, 40, 45, 50 before he's wrapped up and taken down at about the 41-yard line of Taylor.
There's the exclamation point.
You wanted one, you got one. 59-yard interception and return by Jalen Cooper, his second pick of the game to ice it here with 13 seconds left to go. The Saints are going to go 4-0 for the first time since 2008.
Longest winning streak to start a season, and the Saints open conference play next week at the stadium, 1 o'clock.
Where else would you rather be? St. Francis, St. Xavier, St. Francis, and one of the best, the best start of the program, tying the best start anyway. As Sam Tumulty is in victory formation, he'll take a knee, click off the final 13 seconds here in Upton, Indiana, and the Saints defense again holds it to just 1 score. That average, they're averaging 6.3 points per game given up. It'll go up slightly, but not very much.
4.
Yeah.
Yep, the Yellow Submarine continues its run.
Yes, they do. They will shake hands at midfield, and the Saints go to 4-0. That is the 61st win of Coach Joe Curry's head coaching career. Taylor will drop to 1-4 after an incredibly tough schedule, what doesn't get much easier for Taylor. Next week, they host Indiana Wesleyan, their neighbors right down the road. And then it's up at Siena Heights. They will have one against Madonna here at home before they take on Marian University. And then they go up to Lawrence Tech, which we found out isn't a terribly easy game either. And they'll wrap up against St. Francis, Indiana in early November. For the Saints, as we've mentioned, they will be at home to start conference play against St. Xavier next week. On the road at Roosevelt on October 7th. They got Judson at home on the 14th. We take their Judson at home, and then it's on the road to St. Ambrose. Back at home to host rival Olivet Nazarene. On the road to Judson to finish up the regular season on November 11th. You can check out the schedule, the latest stats, everything you need to know about St. Francis football at GoFightingSaints.com. Let's click refresh, see if we can get some final numbers here for the Saints. 24-7. St. Francis, one of the best games through the air that we have seen in a very, very long time. Sam Tumulty, 15 for 29, 260 yards of passing, 1 touchdown, a long of 54. The favorite target was his younger brother, Joey Tumulty. 7 catches for 99 yards and 1 touchdown. Dezion Jordan with 1 incredible catch for 54 yards. Dan Getch, one of his best receiving games of his career. 3 catches for 44 yards for the primarily blocking tight end for St. Francis. The other tight end, Jake Friddle, got into the action as well with a catch for 37 yards. Keenan Haley, a couple catches out of the backfield for 22 yards as well. On the ground, it was Gavin Day doing most of the damage. 9 carries for 42 yards. Sam Tumulty carried the ball 7 times for 31 yards. Joey Tumulty, 27 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown. And another touchdown came from Logan Johnson on a fumble return and score. It's an incredible stat line. Not a very St. Francis-esque stat line when you take a look at it. When you consider, though, that Sam Tumulty was dealing with a bit of a leg injury, fought through it today to throw the ball all over the yard. An incredible performance by Sam, and, of course, the defense holding Taylor to just 7 points.
Yeah, not only the 7 points, Nick, but they came in averaging 333 yards per game. They finished with 203, including 35 on one of their last offensive plays with the big run by the quarterback. But other than that, St. Francis really total domination, as that touchdown was really based off the bad punt snap that led to their score after the St. Francis defense stopped Taylor.
Hard to blame them, right?
Yeah. They stopped him once. They couldn't stop him twice, but they stopped him every other time this afternoon.
Yeah, the only time that Taylor was able to score a touchdown against this defense is when they've been given 8 tries at it from inside the 5-yard line. So another fantastic job by that Saints defense. They held them to 2 for 13 on 3rd down, did the Saints defense. 1 for 2 on 4th. When they needed to stand, to come up with a big play, they did. They have this entire season. It's been incredible to watch so far. They're going to step up in class a little bit. They've had a bit of a weaker schedule to start this year, which helps when you go 4-0. But usually we see the Saints start with ranked teams like Marion's and St. Francis Indiana's from years ago when they were ranked. St. Xavier's to start the week or to start the season. Not the case this year. They a little bit of a weaker schedule to start the season, but they've taken care of business, and that's all you can really ask for them. But now things get a little bit tougher for St. Francis. Like we said, St. Xavier coming into the stadium and then Roosevelt on the road, 2 very tough teams.
Yep, and the Saints now, if you go back to last year, 7 wins in a row before the loss to St. Xavier, and then 4 to start this season. So wins in 11 of your last 12 games. And I think a large majority, as we look down on the field at Turner Stadium here, and you see the offense in one group and the defense in another group for St. Francis. There's a lot of guys in those 2 huddles that, like you, have penciled Saturday, September 30th for a long time. And we might just, when I drop you off, when we leave the facility here, go back to the Sullivan Center, I just might see you go to the stadium and just sit in the press box for a whole week.
Yep, I got work to do. You know what I'm going to be thinking of this entire next 7 days is what makes St. Francis and St. Xavier fun, and I can't wait to bring it to everybody. If you're anywhere near the Joliet area next week, I hope you come down and visit us, say hi, come knock on the window. I'd love to say hi to you, but take in some St. Francis football against a rival that we've been trying to beat for nearly 2 decades. But if you can't be down there, we hope you can join us here at GoFightingSaints.com on our YouTube channel and, of course, on 88.7 WCSF. You had it circled. You had to take care of business before you got there, and the Saints have. They're now 4-0 for the first time since 2008, the longest winning streak to start the year in Saints history. They are ranked number 14 in the country as it sits. We'll see where St. Francis and St. Xavier rank on Tuesday, and they will come and meet again to renew that rivalry that's decades in the making again this coming Saturday. And a position in the playoffs could very much be on the line. Dave, it was a fun one today. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was absolute great performance by the Saints, both offensively and defensively. We've raved about the defense today, but the Saint offense putting up 24 points and nearly 400 yards of total offense. Yep. We weren't expecting that either.
We're not, certainly not, but they come up with a victory. No matter how you do it, all that matters is the points on the scoreboard at the end of the day. And today in Indiana, it's the Saints winner, 24-7. For Dave LaKenna, for the boys back at WCSF, thank you very much. We're going to wrap it up out here in Upland, Indiana. If you'd like more Saints football coverage, make sure to listen to WCSF either on 88.7 FM at Joliet, or you can dial them up on their website and listen live there. That's the final from here at Taylor. Saints victory. We'll see you next week at the stadium for St. Francis St. Xavier. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.